Hi, friends. Before we dive into this week's episode, I want to share with you about my signature course, She Sells Wholesale. I know so many of you guys ask questions about how do you get started with wholesaling because it can be complicated. I know because I have been there. And when I first started wholesaling my candles with my candle company, Heart Design Co., I failed miserably for several months, but I hit month 3 and I had my candles in over 120 retailers. So I am sharing with you my exact framework inside my signature course. She Sells Wholesale, and you can jump on the wait list at shesellswholesale.com. I only open up the course twice a year. So you want to make sure that you get on the wait list so you know when the course opens up, and it's opening soon. I will actually send you a free gift when you sign up on the wait list. So check it out at shesellswholesale.com. That's shesellswholesale.com. Welcome back to the She Sells Differently podcast. I'm so thankful that you are here. If you are brand new to the show, my name is Andee Hart, and I help product makers sell more without that icky feeling. Because when you have a beautiful product, you owe it to the world to share about it. And today I am going to share something that might actually sting just a little bit. Nobody actually cares about your product, not your audience, not your followers. And before you get defensive, I've been there too. I once launched a product that I just knew would change lives. And do you know what happened? Crickets. Crickets. And maybe a little pity from my best friend, my mom. I don't know. It wasn't until I realized the painful truth that I'm going to share with you today that everything changed. And by the end of this episode, you are going to know exactly how to flip that nobody cares energy into a community that is excited and obsessed with what you sell. So buckle up, my friends, and let's get started. Welcome to She Sells Differently. Hi, friends. Welcome to She Sells Differently, the show for aspiring women entrepreneurs looking to overcome the fear of selling and grow thriving businesses from a place of authenticity and confidence. I'm Andee Hart, and it wasn't all that long ago that I was a sales executive for a Fortune 500 company. But I knew in my heart that I was called to use my gifts for something more, something different. That's exactly why I created the She Sells Differently podcast. Each episode is going to deliver you business strategies, tools, and mindset shifts to help set you and your brand apart from our culture's expectations. It's time to elevate your sales and build a profitable, sustainable business you're proud of, one built on integrity, grace, and humility. It's time to learn how to sell differently. Here's something I had to learn early on in my entrepreneurial journey is that the internet does not reward effort. It doesn't reward all of the effort that you're going to put out there into the world. What it does reward is energy, emotion, belief, enthusiasm, because you can have the cleanest landing page and product description and the best tech stack and a killer product. But if your content and your product description, it sounds like you're half asleep and you have zero passion, then you've already lost people because your customers, they do not buy features. I have said this time and time again. People do not buy features. They buy on emotion, on feeling. They buy how you make them feel about the product that you're offering. And I remember one time I was interviewing for a job when I was in corporate America, And I had someone give me this tip. And it really changed everything for me because when you think about it, when you're interviewing for a job, you're really selling yourself. You're selling yourself why you are the perfect fit for that job. And they told me this one tip. They said, when you walk in there, I want you to be so excited and so passionate about that job that you cannot wait to start. Show them that you have so much enthusiasm for the job that you are interviewing for. And so I want to ask you this. When you're writing your sales page or your product description, do you even sound like you believe in your offer more than anything else on earth? Because until you do, why would anyone else? Until you sound like you believe in your product, why would anyone else buy it? So here's the shift that changed my entire marketing game. People don't buy your product. They buy your conviction that I would sell this to my grandma kind of conviction. The kind where your eyes light up when you talk about your product, the kind that makes people pause mid scroll because you are clearly on to something real. Think about any creator or brand that you love. And what is that common thread? They care loudly and passionately. They're emotionally invested in their product or their work. And that is the bar that is set now. That quiet confidence is not enough anymore. When you are selling your product or your service or whatever it is, you've got to be on fire for what you're selling. So, how do you make people care? How do you show them your passion? Well, you show them that you care visibly, vocally. And here's what I started doing. And now it's what I actually teach inside my Marketing Bank membership. I inject real stories into every piece of content. So I stopped just listing the benefits and the features, and I started sharing beliefs. I made my face and my fire a central part of the message because if you're not smiling and excited about what you're selling, you think about it, body language is 90%, maybe actually more, of our communication. And so, honestly, that's when the tide turned. This is what we help creators and founders do inside the Marketing Bank membership. We help you build content that is full of fire. We help you find your unique voice and turn it into sales. Because whether you are writing an email, you're writing a product description, or you're creating a social media reel, whatever that is, your fire and your emotion comes across in your written content. It comes across your face, it comes across in how you communicate. And you have to be passionate about what you're selling. And we help you find that unique voice. We give you the templates, the prompts, and the emotional clarity to do it on repeat because cookie cutter marketing doesn't work anymore. But that emotional conviction is always converting. That is what makes people care. So if you take anything from this episode, let it be this. Nobody cares about your product until you do, until you care loudly, visibly, emotionally. And if you need help finding that fire and turning it into content that actually converts, the Product Marketing Bank membership is where we do this every single day. Templates that don't sound like templates, messaging that speaks to hearts, not just wallets, resources, coaching, a vault of workshops that help you care louder. So check the show notes for the link, or you can go to productmarketingbank.com and check that out. And I hope to see you inside. We have exciting workshops coming up every single month. We just finished our 2026 product sales success blueprint. And so the replay is going to be dropped inside the marketing bank here soon. And then we have coming up in February, how to get your products on retail shelves in 30 days. March, we're going to do a lead magnet lab, an evergreen system for attracting the right customers at the right time. In April, we're going to be building an email welcome sequence that does the selling for you. In May, we're going to be talking about growing your sales with meta ads for e-commerce brands. And then, of course, June, we are doing a fair summer market prep and plan workshop. So that is everything that we have planned for the marketing bank workshops coming up for the first half of this year. So hope to see you in there. Thanks for joining us today on the She Sells Differently podcast. I'll have a fresh episode for you next Wednesday. Until then, I am cheering you on. All right, that's a wrap on today's episode of She Sells Differently. Friends, it would be a huge blessing to me if you would take 2 seconds to rate and subscribe to my podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Until then, I'm cheering you on in your entrepreneurial journey. See you next time.